Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is a 15-minute gamer, and today I'm in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, one of my most favorite aircraft is the Osprey. I love that thing. You know, the thing that's a helicopter, then turns into an aeroplane. I remember driving through Yorkshire one day and saw one coming towards me, and it was just awe-inspiring. And ever since then, I've loved it. And I was just sort of reinstalled Microsoft Flight Simulator a few weeks ago, and I was just having a look through YouTube, and I saw the Osprey come up as a module within Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I've been playing around with it, been learning to fly it, you know, been kind of just learning all the ins and outs of it, and I've had so much fun that I wanted to bring it to you guys, show you where the modules come from, the costs involved, because, you know, I cover DCS on the channel, and I do love DCS, and sometimes I just feel a bit like I love just flying from somewhere, flying to and from, and enjoying it. And Microsoft Flight Simulator with things like the Osprey and, you know, the F-22 and the Vipers all in here, where I can just do that. I can just fly up around a real world location, just really enjoy sort of the flying experience. So I just wanted to kind of show you how to get it, its costs, what you get with the module. We're then just going to pick an airport, take off, fly around, and I'll show you what the module's like because it's really detailed. So, yeah. We're just going to go into Marketplace, and then we're just going to type in Osprey up here. There's currently like 3 sort of bundles you can kind of get. So you can get it on its own, or you can get it with like kind of a carrier amphibious group. I got this one here, so it was about £45. So you get that and you get the carrier group. You also get HMS Queen Elizabeth, which is spawnable, moving, and static. You can have the Prince of Wales, Type 23 frigates, and Type 45 destroyers. They're hard deck, so you can land on the back. You get the USA Nimitz class carrier, which is a George H.W. Bush, which is spawnable and static. You also get an amphibious ready group, which has the an America landing helicopter assault ship, the San Antonio landing platform, the Mercy Hospital ship, the Lewis B. Puller Expeditionary Mobile Base, and the USS Virginia nuclear submarine. And there you go. You can see these are the 10 locations where these are spawned in already. So you got Portsmouth, Halifax, New York, Cyprus, North Sea, Northern Scotland, Gibraltar, Brunei, East Africa, and the Caribbean. You also have 8 moving locations. So the Irish Sea, Scotland, Falkland Islands, Australia, Baltic Sea, Mediterranean Sea, and USA Pacific Coast. And you also get 16 static locations for the amphibious American group and 7 static ship locations for the Nimitz as well. So Norfolk, Key West, Sea of Japan, Persian Gulf, South Med Sea, Gulf of Aden, and South China Sea. And that's what you get for your money. That is a great pack for £45, I think is just absolutely fantastic. Moving on, the liveries you get with it. So you get the Golden Eagles, you get the Thunder Chickens, you get the Blue Knights, you get the Presidential Air Force. It's obviously not Air Force One, but you know, it's kind of got the presidential markings on in colours. You also get the Navy, Titans Navy, you get the Blackbirds, you get the Japan Ground Self-Defense, you get the Evil Eyes. I usually fly this one just because it has Evil Eyes on the front of it, and you get the Blank as well, which I guess maybe UNE, I guess. You can see you can mess around with the weight and balance, you can put different failures on, different customizations, so you can have your tail numbers on, your call sign, your flight number, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just jump in. I'll jump in one of the carriers and then just show off looking around it, and we'll take it off and that sort of thing. And here we are. We're just off the coast of Florida, and just look at it. Isn't it a thing of beauty? I'm also very worried if I move forward a little bit, we're going to crash. But yeah, here it is. Look at it. Look at the detail level on this. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? The ramp does work. Also, this little door here opens and closes as well. And you can even see like that swaying in the breeze. And look at the rotors. There's little lights on the end of the rotors as well, which is pretty cool. As you can see here, I've got fully modeled interior as well. And if I just switch back into here, and we will go into the cockpit. So you have a fully modeled cockpit as well. So you can see here, everything is pressable. So everything works, everything you can click. You got the full autopilot up here. It does have auto hover as well. All these, the control panels and LCDs work, and this is how you start it off up here. You can see all the buttons telling you what to do. We're going to go through full startup in a minute. You can also start with, is there an example on here? I think there is at the other end of it. So if we go to showcase, so you can actually fold the rotors over the airplane. How cool is that? I think it's really cool. So yeah, we're just going to take off, and then we're just going to fly around Key West. I'll just show you what it's like and stuff like that. All right, let's get this thing started. So the first thing we're going to do is press the power on up here. So you can see that'll start powering this up. If we have a look around, lots of little lights come on. So next up, we're just going to move this to run. So there you go. And that'll go to run there. And everything's starting to power up now. You might be able to hear it, but yeah, that's just powering up now. Then we're going to start turning on all these displays. So we can just turn all these on. Like so. Can zoom in a little bit just so you can see what's going on. Here's your engine readouts. This will tell you exactly what's going on. You've also got two modes in this as well. So if I click on CDU, go to aircraft that, go to menu 3. So that was CDU. Just down here, go to aircraft init, INIT. Then go to menu 3. And then you can put on easy or hard. I tend to keep it on. It depends what mood I'm in. You lose a little bit of functionality with hard, but it's just a lot easier on easy, to be fair. You don't get as much vortex issues and stuff like that. Next thing you might want to do on here is click down on this panel and click lights. So we just need to move across to there, click lights. And we're just going to move all lights on. You'll know when you've got it selected because it'll put it in white and put this little thing. So we're going to turn that to norm. We're going to put that on strobe. We're going to put that on both. Positions bright. Position, I think we'll leave that as it is. Exterior lights menu 2. And then we can also put the tip lights on as well. So that's on there. And we'll put the formation lights on 2. Just so it's all that. Next up, we want to come back to this panel up here. And you can also select the cabin lights as well. So you can see you get a nice little green glow if you're flying at night. Come down here, you can see everything's just powered on. You've got different things that you can put navigation on. You can put FLIR on. You can see all. This is kind of the screen I normally sit on because that's where you see your power levels and the cells on there. So you'll be able to see kind of what you're doing. We're going to look up here again just to make sure that rotor brake is off. That's kind of what you always want it to do. If you look on stat on here, you'll be able to see your fuel levels, and you can also change different settings as well to make sure and have a look at different things. So there's ice settings, electric settings, so you can see if you're powered up or not, engine settings, and yeah, you can see different displays. But there's quite a few displays on it. I usually just keep it in that one though, but it is there if you kind of need all them different displays. You'll see at the moment it says left engine, right engine, just because nothing's powered on yet. You can also click on system, and that'll give you a bunch of things as well. So yeah, it's something to play around with. It's in the manual. It's a really good manual with this. But to take off and just mess around, you don't really need much else on there, to be fair. So as you may have noticed, we would not be able to power up them because these would literally just strike the ground. If we look there, there's literally no clearance. So what we're going to do is move them back, just like so. We're going to move them to about the 90 degrees position. So if we keep an eye on this here, see it's going up at 90. And it means we can take off vertically as well. So let's get about 83. We're almost there. And 90. Once that is done, if we look out, we'll be able to see them up there. We're going to move this down to start. So down to 2. Once that's going, you'll be able to see that. And if we look that way, you can see that spinning up. Also, weirdly, this side will spin up as well. It's because it can't operate on just one engine. It doesn't need both. So, yeah, you'll notice both of them spin up, but that's nothing to kind of worry about. That's to be expected. You can see they're spinning up quite nicely. Now, if we go back in here, what you're kind of looking for on here is to reach about 70. That's kind of what you keep an eye on. That needs to go to about... Let's keep an eye on that. It looks pretty good. I think I'm just going to fire up engine number 2 now. So we're going to put that down to start as well. So one more down to start. And then we'll see this one light up. There we go. So we'll see that starting powering up. It seems to have settled pretty well there. So I'm going to put that down into fly mode.
Alpha Golf 05 traffic Marines 11.
And that'll fire up even more now. Good, good, good. And we're just waiting for this bit to fire up. It's just beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful. Right, wait till this gets about 68, 70. There we go. Just wait for that to match that-ish. It's about five. It's every time I've flown it, it's been 5,003. So it's looking pretty good to me. And then we'll put that into flight. Like so. So that should be us powered up now. I think that's all we're going to need. Just making sure everything up here is done. It looks it. I can't see any warnings. So we can move this to stop. And there we go. We're under our own power now. Yeah, good. We're just going to move this camera back to reset. So now we are actually ready to take off. But what I will show you before we take off is up, where are you? Panels. Ah, there we go. We'll just move along here and I'll show you the ramps. So we'll lower that, and lower that. Now, if we go outside, you've got that. And can you see this is open now as well? On the side. Looks pretty cool. And then we'll just close them with that. And if we go back out, see that little door closing? And the ramp too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, if we were to taxi, what we would do is we could forward the nacelles. So we could just press forward. So watch there. And then you put them to about, it's usually about 75 is fine. And you'll start getting like forward momentum. You see how they're a bit more tilted now? So you can move them to how you want to go forward. Before you go forward, I think we're possibly going to crash. So we're going to put that back to 90 so we can have a straight vertical takeoff. Come on, get 90. Hopefully it doesn't go forward. Sometimes it's like, yeah, we'll just head forward. All right. Reset me view. I'm just going to press A to go up. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, the one thing you do have to keep an eye on is here. See where it says 98%. If you keep it anywhere around 100, you'll instantly just crash. Your engines will just be like, meh, whatever. I'm going. Like any other sort of... So you can see I'm about 94%, and I'm just climbing a little bit. Like any other helicopter, you can do your rudder to go side to side. We can push forward to go forward, and we can go back just to bleed that speed off, as you can see there. Really easy to control. If you want to sort of go into plane mode, so to say, I would usually say go to about 100 on here on airspeed and then transition. But once you're about 50, you can start bringing them. So we're going to start bringing them forward a little bit, and you'll see the speed pick up. So we'll bring them to about 70. Can you see the speed picking up? Just keep an eye on the vertical speed. Right, there we go. And we will bring them back a little bit more. So maybe to about 45. You can see that. Speed's picking up nicely, 150. Perfect. We're at 28 now. Let's bring it fully forward. There we go. And now it just handles like any other airplane that you'd expect. There's the George W.H. Bush out there. Lovely day in Florida today, as expected. So yeah, let's go and fly past the George H.W. Bush. Make sure we're not too low. So you can see it's pretty easy to control. It's not too bad. Transitioning back to like kind of vertical flight is a little bit tricky. You've got to bleed off a lot of speed and you've got to be really careful on your height as well. But that's no different than any other helicopter. If you played DCS before, you'll be very used to that, especially in the Apache. Like, or the Huey. Huey's a really good example of it. Like, that thing just flies up. There you go. You can see it's just flying over here now. Really calm seas as well, which is nice. I mean, I'm going to try not to catch it, crash into it, but we'll do a flyby. This is your autopilot up here, so you can set everything on here, your altitude, your speed, your vertical speed, everything like that. Heading, so it's really easy. You just kind of select and click things, and then when you want it, just yeah, you just press hold and hold like that, and that'll arm it up. It's really easy. So you can click lots of buttons. But yeah, I really like this aircraft. I think it's really cool. I think it looks awesome. It's easy-ish to use, but it's also quite challenging, which is good. I like the way... Oh, just look at how cool that is, man. Yeah, it's challenging, but in a good way. And just flying around and like landing in jungles and trying to vertical land and land in small areas and fields and stuff is a lot of fun. So yeah, for £45 with everything else you get as well, including the carriers, I just think I'm really, really impressed with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I never thought I would be in this level, and it just makes me want to buy other modules and stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.